Hello and welcome to the Week 7 edition of the Monster Pod. Matt Brown, Steven Anders, alongside Ryan Noonan of 4for4.com. Carolina Panthers on the road at the Washington Commanders. This is what we think of these two teams at this point. This was an interesting spread to me. We're all the way out to 8.5 in favor of the Commanders against this Panthers team that has now come back down to earth. We understand it's still one of the worst teams in the NFL. The Red Rifle was not, in fact, the answer. 51.5 is our total here. I mean, Steven, I think we all, in our power ratings, we all have the Panthers in the bottom 4, in the NFL. But the deal is even if you're in the bottom 4, are you 8 points worse than any team in the NFL? And that's kind of the big question here in this one. No one's going to stand up and say, here's why the Panthers are going to win outright. Like, that's not a hill you want to die on, but can the Commanders win by 9? That is the real question here in this one.
Yeah, and I think there are other bets that are more valuable, so I didn't really waste my time trying to figure out if I want to back the Panthers, because we've already seen a couple of times where they lose by double digits, even when they've kept it close or kept it within one score for 3 quarters. Just last week, they were down 8 and couldn't keep it inside the number and wound up losing by double digits. So I still think I'd bet the over in this game, and maybe the blanket under bettors will come in and bang this down a little bit further on Sunday. I don't know, but I still think I'd bet over 51 here. This was another Discord play we had earlier in the week where we locked in over 49.5 in this game. So that feels really good. And at the current numbers, I think I'd probably just tease Washington, to be honest with you. The Panthers have literally nothing left on defense. We've talked about that last week. I don't need to get into it again. But also the Commanders lost a couple of key defensive pieces this week as well. So that kind of has thrown a lot of water on my ceiling theory with the Commanders moving forward here, if they're going to even lose more talent on a below average defense. So I look to a teaser with the Commanders, but I think the over is still the best play in this game. I don't know who's getting stops here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess no Deontay Johnson certainly doesn't make me feel great about any sort of over with.
Is he definitely out?
2 DMPs in a row, and it's an ankle injury type deal. So, apparently
if he doesn't play, forget everything I just
apparently
said.
They carted him.
Except the teaser.
Did you read this from the beat? They carted him out to practice yesterday, and he sat on the cart and watched practice from a car. I don't know. So much so he didn't want to walk on the ankle and all. I don't. Whatever.
Yeah, he needs to play for me to like the over still, just for the record.
But Ryan, what do we think of this game? And do you buy into the Commanders writ large?
This is one of those pieces you were talking about at the top where we have to really move on from priors. And it definitely feels like a situation where, 7.5, it was opened, that felt high. And now we're climbed out to 8. We might even see that move a little bit more. The back door theoretically should be open when you have a team like the Commanders that give up a ton of explosives. The problem is especially without Deontay Johnson, who has been peppered 43 targets in the 4 games with the Red Rifle. What do they do without him? Chuba Hubbard should have some success. That gets really hard to do when you're down 10 in the third quarter to be able to kind of, push this pace and, kind of cover and close. So without Deontay Johnson, it's a little bit nervous. I would be a little bit nervous, but I feel like the Commanders are probably one of those spots where this might be the right side, even though it's big, because we might not know what the bottom of the Panthers are. They are the worst team to get pressure in the league. They might be continuing to have those bodies out. That the only guys that get pressure might be out of the lineup too. So Commanders feel like the right side, even though it's kind of climbed out here. So a teaser is viable for sure, but definitely nothing with the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm with you on. I don't know if we've seen the worst of the Panthers yet. I think that this could be one of those deals where if we look up and this thing is 37-10, we'd be like, oh yeah, how did I not see this coming? So like we're gonna be like, oh my God, yeah, how in the hell did we not see this coming? I think that's certainly within the range of outcomes here for this one. Guys, if you haven't done so already, upper right-hand corner of Lions.com is a free Discord to go in, chat the games with everybody over there. And if you haven't visited 4for4 yet, you need to go in, go ahead, sign up. It's worth the money. Everything that you are getting is going to make you better. And that's all we're trying to do here is make you better, whether it be at fantasy, whether it be at betting, whether it be just at life in general. Live life like Steven. That's all. Just live life like Steven, and you are going to be a jolly, happy person out there for sure. For Ryan, for Steven, I'm Matt. Good luck on all your Week 7 bets.